this could have been a very interesting film. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but it could have been a very interesting film because it follows the people behind the drones. You know, every time there's a war, usually see the drones, usually see the people on the ground and the people on the sky, and their responsibility and what they have to do and what they have to actually deal with. And this is the character of Russell Crowe. That's what he does, and I can't remember her name, but there's other character. They're the people on the seat. Screens everywhere, just chilling, having a great time, you know, looking, observing everything from the sky, while all the other people now, you know, go on the ground. Now this time, they're not in Afghanistan, they're not in Iraq, they're in a jungle. And so these 5 guys go on a mission, and then during that mission, something happens to the people that they were supposed to, you know, do whatever that they were supposed to do. And then they, you know, they're forced to, you know, interject. And when they do, as always, there's a price for that. So the other group that did whatever they did, because I'm not trying to spoil it for people, the other guys that do the other thing now notice that there are other people here, and so they start pursuing these people, and there's this crazy gunfire, and you know, lives are lost, groups are separated. You know, our main actor is forced to, you know, take whatever into the jungle, and now we have to follow him through the jungle while he's being chased by these other people. And so that's the basic skeleton of the movie. It doesn't capture everything. That's the basic look at the movie. Now, here's the one thing that annoyed me about this film. I don't know if to go into it or we go into the good. The good, I like that they used red for the majority of their titles, because it's in the jungle, so you have the jungle, and then it's all green, and then you have these small red letters for Land of Bud. So I thought that was pretty creative, and then the water coming in to wash. That was kind of cool. I'm a graphic designer, I'm sorry, I'm being biased. I saw that and I went like, wow, they actually considered and actually did this. The contrast between red and green actually works very well. Now, apart from that, there's a lot of slow motion. I'm a Zack Snyder fan, and so you have a lot of those Zack Snyder moments, especially when explosions happen. You know, when a big bomb hits something, so you get a lot of that, which is kind of cool. The action, I think there are 2 very good, actually, plus the third act, there are 3 very good action set pieces. The third one was less of an action set piece. It was more of a really tense moment. You had a moment of action, and it was more of a torture scene, because something happens to the main character and he's captured, he's taken to this place, and then they're friends, and then something happens to someone else, and then he's, you know, the water thing whereby they're trying to interrogate him. That was the third act, most of the third act, but the second act and the end of the first act had like 2 very good action set pieces. One is in a forest, and it's at night, and so when explosions happen, it just lights the whole area, and it just looks orange. There are scenes that look like they're from Apocalypse Now in the way that they are shot, and just the color, what is called color grading. The color grading is fantastic. The yellow, especially when the explosions goes off, makes a very, very good looking picture. The action is extremely extinct, you know, extremely intense. The action is extremely intense during that period, because this is a moment whereby they're supposed to come and pick our main character, but then all these other people, militias in the forest, know that he's there, and so we get a lot of, and you know what happens at night? So you get one of those bullet trails thing whereby you see bullets just flying close to the main character, and then there are explosions everywhere, and it's at night, and then he's forced to, you know, call for an airstrike that is close to him, and so and that is, I just love that scene. The other one is the scene, the inciting incident, when something happens to someone and then a kid is brought into the picture and they cannot hold back, so they're forced to, you know, do that. You know, that first action set piece, that was pretty cool. There are good moments of tension generally. There's a scene, our main character hides in a river and then hides below a river, and a dog, dogs, man, I always prefer cats. Cats will never snitch on you. Dogs, one dog just comes under the river and looks at him and starts barking. You don't want to know what happens in that particular scene. You can see it for yourself. But I was like, yeah, those are some really cool moments. Now, Russell Crowe on the seat, he has his own arc. You know, he has his own issue with the wife. The wife is pregnant and she's about to give birth, and so he's trying to work and have the phone, you know, some people, the rest of the team, alert so that they can actually, monitor the phone in case he gets the call while he's working. But things go differently because these are different people. These are different army personnel because they love sports. I'm going to leave it there. They love sports, and that almost causes a very big mistake because of their carelessness. Now, in general, this is one of those action movies that I thought to myself could have worked like a Rambo movie. Now, I recently watched the 2008 Rambo movie, and I thought that movie was, it's not a good idea comparing the two. But if you watch this, you'll understand why I had that Rambo feel. The character is not as aggressive or as confident as Rambo was. He's much more, he feels like this is first day. It feels he's much more careful with what he's doing. He doesn't convince you. Okay, let me just put it this way. If this was in the 80s, Arnold Schwarzenegger would have played this role. This would have been Commando. This should have been like Commando. It should have been the one-man army taking everyone down. But this character is the opposite of that. He doesn't feel as present as that particular character. We get a moment like that during the third act, the end part, when he comes face to face with the bad guy. We get a snippet moment of that badassness. But generally within the film, I kept going like, come on, dude, come on, get into it, get into the film, become a badass. So that was one of the problems that I had with the film. The second problem is that this is a jungle. I did not see a single animal. I don't think the jungles are like that. They're that clean. You either have spiders, you either have mosquitoes, you either have some really weird animals within the jungle. So I did not see that. I did not see a moment whereby the character was moving forward carefully because he did not know what was before him. I know they had those guys above looking down at where he was going, but generally a jungle is not supposed to be an open. There's supposed to be snakes. There's supposed to at least be some weird creatures within the forest that people don't see. I did not buy, when you had the big shots, the wide shots, and you see the jungle, you go like, wow, yes, that's a jungle. But when you get into the jungle, it's just too clean. It's just too well lit to feel like a jungle. There are no other threats outside the militia, and it's in a jungle. You'd expect other things to be in a jungle. I don't know if I'm making sense. Second thing, the characters just are too clean. Apart from the bloody third act, the characters just look too clean. That was our main character, as he was going through the jungle, still felt too clean to be in a jungle. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm making sense. It doesn't feel like he's been through the jungle. He doesn't have scratch marks from the trees. He's just going. He's just, every character just looks too clean for me. I expect it to be a bit more messy. If you remember the Rambo movie that I was talking about, that third act, people are messed up. People look dirty. People look like they've gone through a lot throughout the movie. So basically, that's Land of Bad. I did not hate the movie. I felt that the main character could have been better. I felt like the story was interesting, but could have been, outside the action, I don't think there was something else that the movie offered. Yes, I liked the third act. I think the third act was intense enough, especially there's a moment whereby you follow Russell Crowe in a supermarket and you follow whatever is happening to the main character. And you follow what's happening with the other guys in the office. There's a moment of really good tension there. But in terms of story, I felt that this could have been a better Rambo movie. I don't know. I just felt like it could have been a better Rambo movie. I liked the slow motion. I like the lighting during the fight scenes, the explosions. The cinematography is awesome. Generally, the tone of the film is awesome. All the characters are... There's a character who pops up in the third act when this guy is captured in one scene. A character with a beard. I really like that character. I was like, yes, this is supposed to be the main character, man. This is who you're supposed to be. But our main character is much more, is more toned down. I was surprised by just how toned down it was. So that's Land of Bad. If I was to give it out of 5, I would give this a 3 out of 5. I think it's not bad. but you can actually do other things as you wait for the action set pieces. So basically that's it. That's Land of Bad. Remember to always watch. Oh, if you've seen it, what did you think? What did you think about the action? Which was your favorite action set piece? Am I encouraging you to comment? Yes, I'm encouraging you to comment, but I would really like to know what people thought about this. Did you think that this would have made a better Rambo movie? Basically, that's it. Remember to always watch what you enjoy and enjoy what you watch. And I shall see you on the third one. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you on the next one. Subscribe, by the way. Check this out. Look at the difference. Subscribers and unsubscribers. So if you're watching this, you're probably an unsubscriber. So I would urge you to please subscribe